Hello everyone, this is Darcenovia here. Before anyone does anything rash or hasty, I'm going to make this known, I do not condone harassment. So, just because I'm criticizing Jessie Jerner doesn't mean I want her harassed. Because that's not the goal of this video. It's to hold her accountable and critique her 4-hour documentary on Zionism, which, yeah, I've said a few things in the comment section, but I feel like it's easier for me to say it in video form. You talked about Zionism for like 4 hours and barely said anything of substance. And it kind of feels like the research that you did, a lot of it was incomplete and the sources you got were questionable. Like, first off, let's just do one thing I find it's wrong. I don't think you should use a source from a guy who's the founder of the Son of Hamas as a source, because he's not someone that can be trusted. He's a traitor to his people. He slanders the Palestinian people. He lies about Palestine. He pushes Arab racism against the Palestinians. He's an asset of Israel. Why would you use someone like him? It just feels like you're trying to please everyone with that video, and no, you even pissed off Zionists as well. You cannot reason with these fuckers. Yeah, you may have friends that are Zionists, but you know what? Cut them from your life. They don't give a fuck about you. I'm just being real. Zionists, one of the biggest Zionists on the planet, J.K. Rowling, is a transphobe. Do you honestly think these people wouldn't stab you in the back? You cannot trust Zionists in any way. They're all bullies and they're all colonizers. If you believe in the Zionist ideas, you are a fascist. There's no discussion to be had about it. There's no nuance. It doesn't matter that Zionism started off, it wasn't as colonial as it currently exists. It doesn't matter. The very fact that it was colonial in its inception, it was anti-Semitic in its inception, that there is no discussion to be had. There's no debate. There's no reason with anyone that identifies as a Zionist. These people, everywhere they go, they act like belligerent bullies. Vietnam and recently Japan. Like, have you not seen the videos how Israelis act when they're not in their own country? No. It's bullshit. And the lack of talking about the anti-Semitic history of Zionism. You spend a lot of time talking about anti-Semitism, yet you barely talk about the elephant in the room. Zionism itself, which in itself is anti-Semitic. Like, you barely gave any attention to the Orthodox Jews on why they oppose the existence of Israel. Like, you barely talk about, like, the anti-Zionism position at all. And I know I don't think that was your intention to be pro-Zionist, but your video is pretty soft on them. And it could come off as pro-Zionist to a lot of people. Trying to please everyone in order to keep your audience who watch that may be Zionist is foolish. No matter what, they're going to call you an anti-Semite. Because that's all they fucking do. That's what the only thing they have in their arsenal. Like, there's other sources you could have gone. Why not Abby Martin? A woman that's actually been to Israel. That's actually went to Gaza. A woman that's actually was censored when she tried, because she refused to sign a pledge to Israel. Why didn't you talk about that? There's other people you could have used as sources instead of, like, centrist or pro-Zionist sources. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? You're supposed to be an anarchist, yet why the hell are you up trying to bend over backwards for people that they hate you in the first place? I just don't get it. Many young people, especially in my audience, like you and look up to you. I have to hold you accountable because combating liberalism is an important part of communist thought. And I do think what you did was liberalism in every sense of the word. And don't get me started on your other positions in the video that I don't have time to talk about it in this short clip. You did not investigate thoroughly enough, because there's a lot of stuff you left out. A lot of stuff you neglected to talk about, like how Benjamin Netanyahu is a Holocaust revisionist, or how the most avid anti-Semites tend to support Israel and be Zionists themselves. Like, there's so much information you could have put in this video, but in 4 hours, you literally didn't say anything of substance. I could have gotten your whole point of your video in an hour, if not less. I wouldn't be criticizing you as I am if I didn't actually enjoy your content and actually respect you, but this is not a good look. It really isn't. Pink watching is already being used against Palestinians, and having you be the face of that is not a good look. You should retract your video and you should delete your video. And I am dead serious. Your video is problematic. How are Jews supposed to feel safe when you're pushing these narratives? Zionism does not make Jews feel safe. Like, you didn't even talk about the anti-Semitic violence that Zionists commit against Jews, or did commit against Jews. There was many Jews prior to the founding of Israel that opposed the existence of the Zionist state. And I kind of feel like you were treating those who served in the IDF with kids' gloves. No, they shouldn't be welcomed in any leftist spaces unless they held themselves accountable for what they have done. They are perpetrators of genocide. And I don't think we should treat them with anything but scorn. The only good Israelis are those who don't live in Israel. Like, trying to appease everyone is not going to do anything but make those who don't really think about the issue more comfortable and just not think about it, or just uncritically accept what you have to say. That's why it's irresponsible. You have an audience of young people that are not as political as you or me are. And you did a lot of negligence by not bringing up the most important issues. And as for Hamas, how the left glorifies Hamas, that's nonsense. I think denouncing any resistance against a colonial regime is not principled at all. I am a firm believer people should liberate themselves by any means necessary. Hamas would not exist in the first place if Israel didn't exist. And if you actually listen to Jewish voices, which I don't think you really have, there's a lot of Jews that don't believe the existence of Israel makes them safe, actually. There's so much you didn't talk about, and I'm disappointed. I hope I don't have to do a full-fledged response, Jess. Please, do the right thing and do more research and retract your video. That's all I'm going to say. Peace out.